Hello, my beautiful golden viewers of gold. Please allow me to tell you something about yourself. Do you know you are too loaded to be wasted, too valued to be worthless, too talented to be fruitless, too potent to be powerless, too pregnant to be barren, too born to be aborted, too packaged to be embarrassed? Do you know you can do the extraordinary and accomplish the incredible? If you don't know, now you know. Let's go for gold.
The one thing, if you forget everything, the one thing that I would like you to hang on to is that anything is possible. It was possible with me, a girl who comes from Kimberley, dusty streets of Kimberley. It will be possible with you. Somebody who I wasn't even good when it came to maths at the time. But here I am, an engineer, and I'm helping others.
When you're faced with a difficult situation, silence is not the answer. Silence is what will take people where they're even taking their own life.
There is a response. And the longer that response takes, you know that there's greater things that are being cooked. That is a law.
Success is just a war of attrition. Sure, there's an element of talent you should probably possess, but if you can hang around long enough, something beautiful, something amazing, something extraordinary is going to happen. In other words, consistency matters. According to our champions on gold, delayed gratification is better than instant gratification. Be patient. Our golden champion of the day is here. Listen, learn, and grow. Let's go for gold with our champion. Your stories are not to be measured by where you started, but by how brightly you rise. From teen pregnancy to becoming the founder and the CEO of a reputable engineering company in Africa today, our champion proves that background does not define destiny. From humble beginnings to remarkable achievement, this is a journey of courage, resilience, and unstoppable belief. Stay tuned, because greatness is about to speak. The CEO of Avenues Holding is with us today. Be inspired and go for gold.
Hello everyone, my name is Tshidi. I am the CEO and founder of Avenue Holdings, an engineering company that is 11 years old, and we've been operating in South Africa ever since then. It is an absolute pleasure being here with you on Gold. I went to UJ where I started my engineering, and the first year, unfortunately, and I'm saying unfortunately because at the time it was unfortunate. Unfortunately, at the time I disappointed my parents. I became pregnant. My goodness, coming from a background where like we are so close knit, and you did modeling, and people are looked up to you, and now you become pregnant. It's like you went to school just to get a stomach, you know. And for me, I think that somehow numbed my voice. And I shrunk into myself. And that voice that I had developed, it shrunk because I was thinking, my goodness, I've disappointed my parents. And my dad at the time didn't even want me to come back to school. And I begged him. And so I came back to school. I finished my degree. But for me, that time actually taught me that irrespective of whatever that you go through, you should never lose your voice, and that's number one. And you should actually make sure that that setback becomes your stepping stone for greater things. Allow me to speak to that young girl who is 16 right now, 13, or even 19. Life happens. You may be in this situation, but just remember that it is not your future. You still determine your future. Your circumstances right now should never dictate. Take it from me. I was you about 25 years ago. However, God helped me to actually turn all of that into an opportunity. I think we all go through that, the dips in life. And if I look back in my life, I mean, the company that we have started, we didn't start with this company. We started with my husband and I always wanted to start a company. And we started a school transport services company. We went and we bought a whole Avanza on high purchase. And it didn't work because we didn't do our homework. And I think a couple of months later, we had to take it back. And from there, I learned that, even in the worst decisions, there is always a learning that comes out of that. That's number one. But also, if you are in a very dark room right now, there's always hope. There is always hope. I mean, I've got this book here that is written by Beauty Kotela. It is called Andizi, and it's Xhosa. So it's like the stubborn focus of building a greater life that God has planned for you. And I think the obstacles actually, they push us to move forward. If everything has always been, I mean, even in the last 5 years, within the company, things have not been how I would have wanted them to be. But I always tell my husband, this is exactly where what God wants us to be. Because if we wouldn't be in this situation of want, then we wouldn't need him. So if you are right now in that situation of darkness, hopelessness, just know that you being alive today, there's a greater plan for your life. However, it requires you not to, wallow and drown in your sorrows. It requires you to move. It requires you to go and look for that job. It requires you to knock and call for opportunities. I mean, in the last 2-3 years, that's all I've been doing. And I think God, in his mercy, he has actually, and I see it right now. Before I couldn't see it with my eyes, but I see that when you're planting seeds of hope at the right time, the door does open, but it requires you to work. It doesn't just require you to sit and hope for the best. Faith with works. The 4 major pillars of success to me is definitely having a very good relationship with God. The reason why I'm saying that is because I believe that I'm on this earth for a reason. There is a purpose. And on my own, I cannot find that purpose. So God has to lead me, having a very good relationship. And I'm not talking about going to church or not. I'm saying having a very good one-on-one relationship, not a corporate one, relationship with God. And then number 2 is having tenacity, resilience, and knowing that you are not going to just go through life without challenges. Those challenges need to be there so that they strengthen your muscle. It's like going to the gym when you are exercising. And then number 3 is being confident about what has been put in your life. Because sometimes, especially in the world that we live in, there's so many things on social media, there's so many things on TV, and it's so easy to be clouded by the noise. But just being confident and saying that this is me, this is who I am, this is my story, I'm not going to change it because it's not the same as another person who's sitting next to me. Just being comfortable in your skin. And the 4th pillar of success, according to me, I believe that it's very important for one to always strive to to have an impact on others. And the reason why I'm saying this is the last 11 years that I've been running the company, we've been able to support more than 30 students in terms of bursaries. Students that are doing engineering, that are in the build environment. For me, that is success, having to impart something that will germinate later on somebody else. And just knowing that it's not just about me.
Dream is not what you see in sleep. Dream is which does not make you sleep. In other words, a vision. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf says, the size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If your dreams do not scare you, it means they are not big enough. Let us go for a shot and inspire and break on gold. And when we come back, we will dream big. Keep it here and keep it golden. Ralph Emerson, please come close. The purpose of human life is not only to be happy, it is also to be useful, to be honorable, to be helpful, to be thankful, to be compassionate, to make a difference, to have lived and lived well. If your heart is golden, you are living well. Help somebody today, tomorrow, and always.
Hello everybody, my name is Natalie Solomons. I'm from Women Empowerment Platform. I'm the founder and the CEO. We are a humanitarian based organization dealing with women and children. I've got a lot that I can speak about, but I want to speak about specific 4 siblings. They were in a very bad condition, and we have the photos and we've got the school reports to show. These are children that haven't even been to school. From 9 years old, you're supposed to be in grade 4. I think it's about grade 4 already. This child has never been to school. The success story that I can say, she's doing well at school. We put her into a school that with like a few children in the class to assist her. And with the tutoring, with the help of child and youth care workers, this child is successful. She's getting certificates. They look amazing. So I've got the photos to prove. We had 2 of the siblings that were very sick, where one could have lost her life, and they're all doing well. They're thriving. We place them back with their families. We are assisting the families as well. Then I've got another story of a beautiful little girl. She couldn't even speak 1 word of English. Her granny came to us. It's a very sad story. The child can speak. I think she speaks English better than a lot of people that I know that has been speaking English for a while. So there's so many success stories I can tell you and show you. Even when it comes to substance abuse, we've partnered with families. The father has gone to rehab. He completed his course. We're still walking the journey with him. He's working. We've got both his children that we're still looking after. But there's progress all the time. We're here to support women that are going through the most. And I believe that when you're faced with a difficult situation, silence is not the answer. Silence is what will take people where they're even taking their own lives. And these are not things that we are not privy to. This is things we are working with every day. We had a case of a woman, the strongest woman you've ever came across, successful in her work. She does polo. She has her own horse, educated, travels the world. And this is woman because she never spoke out. She was going through this thing alone. She committed suicide. And that is what I'm saying, when you have support, you've got people that is walking the journey with you. I'm telling you, the load becomes lighter. That's my word of encouragement for women that are out there that need the support. We are here. There are people, there are organizations that can assist. So how can I determine success right now? Peace. I'm telling you, we need peace. Right now, even with our organization, we're going through so much. Court cases. I'm telling you, court cases upon court cases. That is why I made the statement even earlier to you, where I said, when you're doing good in this world, it seems like you're doing the wrong thing. When you're doing the wrong thing seems to be the right thing in this country. So, can I say I'm successful? I'm striving towards that. I'm equipping myself. I'm busy in my 3rd year as a social worker, so I'll be qualified as a social worker right now. Right now, I'm a student social worker. I'm equipping myself so that I'm able to equip others. So success, what do we call success? Because I know very successful women that don't even feel they're successful. So what is success for us? Success is something different for each and every individual. Right now, for me, success would be peace. So here are my 4 pillars of success. Firstly, I believe in God. And if it wasn't that my faith in the Lord, I don't think I would have been where I am today. Secondly, I'm a wife. I've been married for 21 years. I've got a loving family. I've got my own 3 children. Then my fourth one is that I made a success of my organization. I've partnered with so many stakeholders. I mean, who gets to meet the president? I'm somebody that met the president already. So fourth is education. I'm a 50-year-old. I'm going into my third year studying, doing my honors in social work. And I think age is just a number. It doesn't matter what age you are. Success can come in education, can come at any time.
Listen, people, if you want your hopes and dreams to be alive, you've got to feed your faith and starve your doubt to death. This is exactly what we're doing right here on Gold. Believe me, if she or he can do it, you can do it too. Be inspired by the golden nugget of the day and go for gold.
Hi, my name is Hazel Namponya, and I'm the co-founder of Mauwa Bio Magazine and Elevation News. My golden nugget for you today is based on a parable or proverb that says, so a man thinketh, so is he. What I want to say is that what you think about yourself is true, but I want to encourage you to actually choose to think differently about yourself. If it is true, you might as well just think positively. You might as well just think big. You might as well just, and you're allowed to change your mind. Here's my parting words to all the viewers. I know there's so much going on in the world, and there's so much we can actually talk about. But all I want to say is that be kind to yourself. Be kind to you. Because you can only give what you have. Don't look at what you are doing as nothing. There is a response. And the longer that response takes, you know that there's greater things that are being cooked. That is a law. That's my golden nugget for the day.
Do the best you can do and leave the rest for God to do. But always remember the words of A.L. Williams. All you can do is all you can do. And all you can do is enough. But make sure you do all you can do. Let us go for another beautiful break on Gold. And when we come back, we will do all we can do to inspire you, to empower you, to appreciate you, and to make you go for your dreams. Keep it here and keep it golden. I have said it before and I will say it again. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in, day out. And trust me, you are a champion from the day you decide to be. In order for you to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. Simply put, be positive in all your thinking. And if you want to be a champion, you must listen to our golden champion of the day. We're still here, inspiring souls on Gold. Be inspired to be a champion, a winner, and a conqueror.
My favorite quotes and how I apply them in my life are as follows. The very first one is to succeed in life, you need two things: confidence as well as ignorance. And this is a quote by Mark Twain. And the reason why I'm saying that is you need to be, in everything that you do, you need to be confident in what you do. Believe in what you do. And also ignore the noise. Ignorance. Ignore all the noise, because there will always be naysayers. There will always be voices, even within yourself, voices that say you can't because of this and that. But ignore that and know that there's something powerful placed within you that you need to, shine into the world. And the other one was actually inspired by my pastor. And that one goes as follows: your past is not your prologue. I am the definition of what that quote means, because, I come from a background of my family is not necessarily educated by the standards that we have right now. However, right now, I'm the very first person in my family to have a matriculant, to be a matriculant, to a diploma, a degree, and even working towards my PhD. I think for me, it's like I'm carrying my family, because my past is not your future, So in that, the reason why I love it is because I never look back. If I look back, it's for lessons and not necessarily to block my growth going forward. So how I manage problems is in the following way. I tend to take walks, like morning walks, evening walks, but I prefer the morning ones because when I'm stressed, when I've got problems, I find that it just blocks my way of thinking. So walking it all out actually helps me to manage the stress that I have. So on a daily basis, or even every second day, I would take walks. We've got a walking park just next to the office, so that's what I do. It helps me to clear my mind and to even talk to myself and listen to soothing music, you know. So that helps me a lot. But more than anything, when I am dealing with emotional issues, I mean, I remember in many times in my life, I've gone through all of that. I do a lot of introspection. I spend time with myself. I do a lot of praying and even doing fasting, meditation. So that really helps me to take me down to what was originally inscribed about my life. But more than anything, again, I think I would encourage some of the people who are listening, when you're going through issues that you feel like they are actually drowning you, sometimes it's also very important to talk to a professional. So the qualities of a good leader, or even an entrepreneur, or even a business owner, in my opinion, I think it's somebody who's got a thick skin. Somebody who's able to not take things personally. Rejections will always be there. But it is in those rejections that one successful story or goal will come out of that. So for me, I think knowing that on a daily basis, you need to wake up, dress up, and show up. But how you show up is also very important. So the qualities are, you need to be able to delegate. As a good leader, you need to be able to delegate, and also imparting knowledge on others so that when you are not there, they are able to continue the business without you. And I think a lot of business owners don't do that well in terms of that, because they've got a specific narrative that this thing has to be done like this. I'm a perfectionist. Then you'll do it on your own, and you're then not running a business. Running a business it should be able to run without you. If it needs you to be there, then there's still a lot of improvement that needs to be put on the table. So that's number one. And then number two, running a business requires you to be able to say yes to some opportunities and no to some opportunities. Because some opportunities may not necessarily be aligned to your values. Some opportunities may actually get you into trouble. Some opportunities can actually also make you to move away from your values. So those opportunities I say no to. The turning point in my life, when I think back, really actually takes me back when I was 19, where before I turned 19, everything was going well for me, and I was doing quite well in terms of my schoolwork as well as my career at that time, being a model, you know. And then I went to university, and that was a turning point because I fell pregnant in that first year. And I think the amount of humiliation that I brought onto myself as well as my family actually made me to look at life differently from there. And look at life differently and say that, you know what, in as much as you have plans may not always go the way you want them to go. But it does not mean that it's the end, it is just the beginning. So it's not what happens to you, is what you do with what happens to you that is important. So whatever that you are going through, just know that there's hope. Some things happen, they can destroy you, or it can actually be a seed of greatness. Always choose the latter, a seed of greatness. And unfortunately, it is up to us, or rather, fortunately, it is up to us which road we want to go with. So it is my encouragement to you today that always choose the latter, choose the seed of greatness for your life. Through everything that I've explained and I've shared and my story today, the one thing, if you forget everything, the one thing that I would like you to hang on to is that anything is possible It was possible with me, a girl who comes from Kimberley, dusty streets of Kimberley. It will be possible with you. Somebody who I wasn't even good when it came to maths at the time. But here I am, an engineer, and I'm helping others. I failed during starting a business, but here we are 11 years later. So every failure, it's meant to be there, unfortunately, to make you a better person.
My beautiful golden viewers of gold, please take up one idea and make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, and live on that idea. Let your brain, your muscles, your nerves, and every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. That, my friend, is the way to success. I'll see you next time on Gold. Go forth and prosper. Go for gold.